much you can do. Be who you were meant to be. Peaceful Warriors Wellness. Feel better, move better, be better. Peaceful Warriors.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Roberts, and my wife and I own Peaceful Warriors Wellness Center in downtown St. Petersburg. We're located at 19 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street South here in St. Petersburg. It's between Central and 1st Avenue South. You can reach us on the phone at 727-822-8866. Our website is www.peacefulwarriorswellness.com. So take a minute, get yourself a sip of water, lay out a yoga mat or a spot on the floor in your home. If you happen to have a strap, a long piece of rope, a belt, or something similar that you can use to assist you in your stretching, then please go ahead and get one of those. So, go ahead and do that real quick. I happen to use a stretch out strap. I like the stretch out strap because it's nylon, so it means it's not elastic at all. It has pre-sewn in loops into the strap, which makes it very easy to put your hand or your foot into the loops and allow it to be easier for you to do a lot of the stretches that I'm going to do with you today. We do sell these here in the office. They're only $16 plus tax. Obviously, all you have to do is stop by and pick them up. So I like using them. It's what I recommend for people as well. And as a matter of fact, here in our office during our stretching sessions, I oftentimes coach and teach people how to use one of these straps to assist themselves. So it's as close to an assisted stretch that I'm going to assist you with. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. It's a Monday morning. I believe it's the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. Getting close to the end of October. Halloween's coming up later this week. Time change this coming weekend, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So let's go ahead and reach overhead all the way up. And it's not just lifting your arms, it's actually stretching and reaching for the ceiling in the sky. Come up onto your toes even, reach a little bit further. Come on back down to your heels, lower your arms for a second. Let's go ahead and reach again. And back down. One more time, reach for the sky. All right, good job. We're going to do a left side bend. So we're going to keep our arms up over our heads, widen your stance a little bit, shoulder width, maybe a little bit more. Lean towards your left side. Your breathing is always very important. You want to inhale as you come up and reset. Exhale as you engage into your stretch. We're going to go ahead and go to the right. The weight of your lead arm helps create more of a stretch in your stretching side. In this case, the left side is being stretched. One more. Good job. Bring your arms down to shoulder height. Let's rotate the torso, the chest, all the way around to your left as far as you can. Come back to center, all the way to the right. There is not any magic number of these to do. I happen to do 3 of each of these for consistency and to help move along from stretch to stretch. If there's something that feels really, really good to you, feel free to do more of them. Something that you need to increase your range of motion, please feel free to do more of them. I also hold a stretch for about 2 seconds and then release. There's science that shows that there's part of the muscle that when it resets and restretches, that it will allow for more movement and it will increase your range of motion over time with repetition. Right arm up in the sky, strap behind your back, reach back here with your left hand. I'm going to reach down between my shoulder blades and then use the strap pulling down by my waist to add to it. Back up, stretch, reach. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to come from the bottom by my waist. I'm going to take the strap over my left shoulder. Now I'm going to reach up towards my shoulder blade with my left hand. All we're doing right now is opening up this shoulder. Okay? Good job. Again, right arm is up, but in a field goal-like position. So 90 degrees here at the shoulder, 90 degrees here at the elbow. Reach back behind you, hold on to the strap. Now I'm going to rotate my arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my hand back behind my ear and use the strap to assist. This is a really good stretch for people that have rounded shoulders. Spending too much time at a computer, on your phone or tablet, driving, oftentimes will round the shoulders. Okay, good job. Let's go ahead and switch hands. Left hand up overhead, strap behind your back, reach behind you, trying to touch between your shoulder blades. Good job. Let's do another one. Good. Go ahead and run that hand down by your waist, coming from the bottom, up over your right shoulder, reach. Good job. Rotating the shoulder is the next stretch. Some people may be limited and may only be here and trying to stretch to here. If you have more range of motion like I do, you'll be able to rotate that hand back further. Good job. Go ahead and take that strap around your neck and hold on to it there for a moment. Let go of it. Put your right hand onto a wall. I have my fingers pointing back behind me. Shoulder height. Step forward with your opposite foot, this case the left. And now I'm going to rotate my shoulder as I come down into a little bit of a lunge away from where my arm is anchored on the wall. Open up the chest muscles. Now the chest muscles have fibers that go straight across and some that come down at an angle. So I'm going to lift my arm up a little bit higher. Now my fingers are going up and behind me. Step forward, rotate, and stretch. Relax. Okay, go ahead and turn yourself around. Let's go ahead and do the other arm. Opposite foot. And rotate your chest away. Good. Up higher onto the wall. Step forward and rotate away from your anchor point. That being wherever your hand is on the wall. Good. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and come on and sit on your mat or an empty spot on your carpet. Have a seat on the floor. Let's go ahead and get to working on our hips, using our legs to help with our hips and lower back. So I'm going to take the strap around the ball of my right foot, or in this case, putting it just in the loop. Go ahead and lay down on your back. Straighten out your right leg. We're going to be bringing our leg up towards the same side shoulder, keeping the leg straight. Ready? Good. Take the strap around the inside of your ankle and underneath your calf. That's going to turn your toes in. And this time we're going to bring the leg towards your nose, towards the midline. By changing the rotation and the angle of the movement, you're going to stretch a different hamstring muscle. You actually have 3 hamstring muscles on each leg. So we're going to stretch each of them independently. And so what I mean by that is right back here on this bone where the hamstrings attach into your hips, there's 3 different muscles that attach along that bone. Okay, so now we're going to take the strap, we're going to go around the outside of the ankle and underneath the leg. That's going to turn your toes to the outside. This time we're going to bring our leg towards the opposite side shoulder. Okay, here we go. Good job. Straighten out your left leg. We're going to engage in a series of stretches where we're going to scissor our right leg across the top of the left leg. So the first angle that we're going to do is right above the level of the left leg. So just lift your leg enough to scissor across. You're going to feel these stretches on the outside of your right hip. Next, you're going to lift your leg to 45 degrees approximately. Doesn't have to be exact. Scissor across. Back up. It is key not to let your hips roll. You don't want to roll onto your left hip. You want to keep your hips flat. All right, next we're going to go up to 90 degrees. Or as close to 90 as you can get. If you're not at 90, that's okay. Get to 80. Whatever your max range of motion is in your hamstrings. Good job. Go ahead and take the strap, go around the inside of the ankle toward underneath the calf. Straighten out that leg. Now we're going to do a groin stretch. Okay? You want to extend your arm out as far to the right as you can and your foot lifted up off the floor and stretch that leg out. As you improve and increase your range of motion, your injuries or risk of injury will decrease. Will help manage certain things that may be impinged with nerves and things of that nature that would create discomfort or pain in your body. You want to eliminate that. All right, go ahead and take the strap off of your toe. Bend your left knee, put your right ankle onto your knee. Reach up with your right hand, come back here behind your knee, reach up with your left hand. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of that shin, and we're going to rotate the leg. So that, in other words, the knee's going to stay stable, but we're going to use the shin as a lever and pull that right foot towards the left shoulder. This is a crucial stretch for people that have sciatic or sciatic-like symptoms. The piriformis muscle. Good job. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Let's go ahead and put the strap or rope around the ball of your left foot. Straighten out that leg. Straight leg stretch, same side, shoulder. And up. Around the inside of the ankle, underneath the calf, towards the nose. And back around the leg, towards the outside of the ankle, underneath the calf. This time towards the opposite side shoulder. Good job. Straighten out the right leg. Straighten out your left leg. Scissoring across the top of your right leg, assisting with the strap. Remember to keep your hips flat on the floor. Don't roll onto your right hip. We're going to go up to 45 degrees and scissor. Good. Let's go to 90 degrees or as close to 90 as you can get. Scissor across. Remember to try to time your breathing so that you're exhaling as you engage in the stretch. Good job. Strap around the inside of your ankle underneath your calf, please. Lift your heel up off the ground. Left arm all the way extended out to the left. And let's pull that leg out from the midline. Stretch the groin. Good. Well done. Bend your right knee. Take the strap or rope off of your left foot. Reach up with your left hand behind the knee. Up, right hand on your shin. Let's rotate that leg in the hip socket and stretch your piriformis muscle. Right foot towards your left foot towards your right shoulder. Great job. Let's go ahead and roll over onto our stomachs, please. You can either use the strap here, and if you're able to reach back behind you, go ahead and put that on the toes there, roll back over if you need to, like I am. All right. In this case, you're wanting to use the strap, or if you can reach your leg, then that's great. You won't need the strap. But some people may not be able to bend their knee enough to get to be able to reach it. Okay. So what you're trying to do here is pull your heel closer to your butt. Ideally, you should be able to place your heel onto your buttocks, stretching out the quad muscle. If that's not where you are, it's okay. We're going to work on it. Straighten out the leg, bend the leg and stretch. Okay? Let's go ahead and switch legs to the right. All right, here we go. Right heel to the right buttocks. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and come on up to your hands and knees. Let's go ahead and push the strap to the side for now. I want you to step forward with your right foot. Come on up into an upright position. And you want your heel to be out further than where your knee is. We're going to stretch our hip flexors. These muscles cause a lot of lower back pain and discomfort for people that have dysfunction in this from the ribs to the down to the knees. This is a great stretch to be doing every day. So what we're going to do here, you need to keep your body straight up and down. So lock this part of your body. Push forward with your hips, bringing your knee over the heel. Reach up. Good. Come on back. Push forward and reach. You want to feel this stretch right across the hip on the side that you're on the knee that you're on. Good job. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Right knee down, left foot forward. Push forward with your hips, keeping your body upright. Lift your right arm into the air and help with the stretch. Good job. Now, in the interest of creating balance in the body, the reason that we have dysfunction and poor posture is one set of muscles becomes shorter and overpower the muscles that are on the opposite side of that joint that are now becoming lengthened and weaker. Okay? So in order to create balance, not only do you need to stretch and open up the shorter, stronger muscles, but you also have to strengthen the opposing muscles in order to help realign, for lack of a better word, the functionality of that joint. Okay? Now, I'm not a chiropractor. You're definitely not a chiropractor. And even if you were, you don't adjust yourself very often. Okay? But the point that I'm trying to make is that soft tissue is what holds a bone in a certain position and what also moves a bone to create movement. Okay, so the soft tissue is what I'm addressing. That's what I specialize in. So we're going to do some exercises now to help correct some of those dysfunctions. Okay, the first one that we're going to do is called a dead bug. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Bend your knees. Squeeze your belly, lift your spine off of the floor in the middle, in the lower back. Okay, so there should be a little bit of a gap from your shoulder blades to your hips underneath your back. That's the first step. Second thing you're going to do is lift your arms up above you towards the ceiling. If you were standing up, you'd look like you were in a zombie pose. Okay, I'm going to lift my heels off the ground, keeping my knees at 90 degrees. Now I'm going to move my arms and my legs, keeping that space in my lower back as I'm moving. Okay, that's key. You need to keep that space underneath your lower back while you're moving. If you're just starting these, this is a great core exercise. If you're just starting these, then you may need to put your feet down periodically and your arms down and take a couple of deep breaths and come back into this position and resume. Okay? The more often and consistently that you do these, the longer you'll be able to maintain this movement. Reset, relax. You'll notice that if I had a piece of wood or a piece of rope between my hand and my knee, that on the left side of my body, they're both consistently moving down at the same time and up at the same time. Okay, and the reason for that is what's called cross-patterning. It's a nerve sequence that the body has that when you step forward with your right leg, your left hand comes forward, your right hand goes back, and it creates a stability through the spine and balance, okay? So I'm gonna do this a couple times. Straighten out your left leg, right hand above your head. Now we're gonna switch, okay? This is a very normal cross-pattern movement in the body, okay? So that's why we're doing this. You'll notice that my right hand goes down when my right foot goes down. My left hand goes up, all right? My right hand goes up, my right knee comes up, okay? If I were exaggerating this, I would cross, touch my knee with my left hand, touch my left knee with my right hand. Okay? Dead bugs, round 2. Arms up, feet off the ground. Cross pattern. Good job. Let's go ahead and set our feet back down on the floor. Plant your heels. We're going to lift our hips towards the ceiling to strengthen our glutes. Most people have very weakened glutes that don't fire very well, and that creates instability in the hips, puts pressure on the lower back. So we want to strengthen the core, strengthen the glutes. Stretch your hip flexors and your hamstrings, okay? So press your hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Make those apples firm, okay? Nobody likes a soft, mushy apple. Maybe for cider, I don't know. But anyway, off the shelf, everybody wants a nice, firm, crisp apple. Let's make those glutes firm. Whenever you need to, set your hips down on the floor, lower them slowly, don't just drop to the floor. Take a breath. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up off the floor, towards the ceiling. Squeeze. Lift your toes if you want to, so you're just on the heels. Squeeze the glutes. Back down, nice and slow. One more, set it up. Firm. Really squeeze them. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and roll over onto our stomach. I'm gonna come up onto my hands and knees. This next one's called a bird dog. You can do these instead of the dead bugs if you prefer. The key to doing a bird dog is keeping this part of your body, from your head down to your hips, level, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna reach forward with your right hand and back with your left foot. Notice that I said reach, not lift. Reach, not lift. Reach with your fingertips and reach with your toes. Really squeeze the glute, the left glute in this case. and try to lengthen the body. Reset, go opposite. Left fingers, right toes. Reach. Inhale and reset. Exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. Sometimes you may notice that your body wants to tilt and sway a little bit. That's key for you to lock your core a little bit tighter. Good job. Again, do more of these, okay? I'm going over them and guiding you with form as opposed to the number of repetitions that you should be doing. You are responsible for your own well-being and doing the number that you need. Lower your hips, come down into a plank, lower yourself to where your chest touches the floor, pull your arms out to the side, bending at the elbows, palms flat on the floor. We're going to do some belly angels. To engage in a belly angel, you're going to flex your upper back, lifting your head and chest up off the ground. Your elbows come with it. I'm going to try to rotate my shoulders just like I did in that stretch earlier. Hold it for a couple seconds and come back down. Back up. Now, if you'd like to make a little bit more advancement on that, you want to also squeeze your glutes. So I'm going to do 3 of them while engaging my glutes, lifting my knees off the floor at the same time. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees, lift your knees off the ground. Squeezing the glutes. Good, one more. Good. All right, let's go ahead and come on up to your hands and knees. Have a seat on the floor. Cross your legs so that your ankles are underneath your knees. All right, good job, everybody. That's a good half hour of stretching and exercise. Let's go ahead and take some nice deep breaths to end our session. Inhale through your nose, completely, fully, and then slowly but forcefully push the air through your lips out of your lungs. Let's do 5 deep breaths. All right, thank you very much for joining me this morning. I appreciate your time. Please make sure you tune in on Wednesday morning for more of the same, to engage in some stretching and exercises that will help you feel better, move better, and be better. See you on Wednesday.